Did you know that the houseplants you bring home from the store or buy online are patent protected? This means that if you propagate a patent protected plant and go on to sell it, then you are in violation of that patent and you could be sued by the patent holder. We therefore need to be really careful about starting a plant selling venture such as on Etsy, Facebook or in your garage, and check whether the plants we are propagating and selling are not patent protected. So, what is a patent? A patent is a type of protection for business owners that allow them to protect the products that they have invented and are selling from copycats. This protects the value of their invention so that they can continue to earn a suitable living from their invention. Without this, there will be many copycat products on the market sold by other companies, thereby diluting the sales and profit potential of the original invention. You would have heard a lot about patent protection in the news, with Apple and Samsung in particular battling it out and spending millions in the courts to protect the IP of their devices and software. You might not think that this could possibly apply to a living organism such as the plants we have in our homes, but you really would be mistaken. It's a little known fact that many of the houseplants you have in your home have been created in a lab by scientists that work for organisations and have not actually naturally occurred in the environment. This is particularly true with variegated plants. Variegation in plants rarely happens in nature. Humans have been able to manipulate the genes of these plants and create mutations that are appealing to consumers. A philodendron Brazil, for example, is not a natural creation born in nature, but a product that has been created by man. The creator of the philodendron Brazil was a gentleman named Ruben Ernesto Acosta, who worked for Twyford International Corporation in the US. The original plant, the green philodendron, is natural, but scientists have manipulated the genes of the plant to give it that green and yellow variegation that we all love, and it did so at great cost. Doing this commercialized the plant and allowed the creator to sell many philodendron Brazil plants at profit. So the creator then patented the plant to protect the value they created from other companies being able to copy their work and sell the same plant. So if we, you and me, then propagate a philodendron Brazil and sell either online or in a plant sale, then we would be infringing that patent because we would be making money by multiplying the plant and the creator would essentially be losing out. To be really clear, this only applies to the plants that we propagate. It will be okay to buy a plant and then sell it on as it is. For example, you could open a plant shop and buy lots of plants at wholesale and then sell to the public. Here, the original creator has received his cut because no plants have been propagated without his say-so. So there will be no patent infringement. A Tradescantia nanuq is another popular plant that is also patented. So this was patented in the Netherlands in 2012 as a plant that was invented as a new and distinct cultivar of the Tradescantia albiflora that was then to be known later as the Tradescantia nanuq. Therefore, if you propagate this plant through stem cuttings and sell it to someone, then you are infringing on that patent and you could be sued by the patent holder. The key thing here is that selling your propagated plant is illegal, but in reality, if you wanted to propagate your plant for personal use, then it's unlikely you would get into trouble. This is because you are not making any financial gain from the propagation and the seller is not significantly losing out. So how on earth do we know if a plant is protected by a patent or not? Well, when buying the plant, you should check the label that is attached to it and look for a trademark logo or a patent number. This obviously means that the plant is protected and you can only use that plant for personal use. If you are buying the plant online and want to propagate it, then I would check whether the plant is patent protected through a Google search. There are many resources out there that should be able to definitively tell you whether it is patent protected, but personally, I would always err on the side of caution in these situations because mistakes here can prove to be very costly for you. If a plant is a distinctive cultivar from another plant, such as the nanuq is a cultivar from the Tradescantia zebrina, then it's likely to be patent protected. You would really be surprised at how many plants are patent protected, so I would have a read on the internet if you're interested. So what are my thoughts on plant patents? Well, I can certainly understand why people might get frustrated when a living organism is patented by a corporation that restricts what we can do with the plant. The idea of placing restrictions on natural products sounds strange at first, but we have to remember that these plants would never exist without the intervention of the scientists that work for these corporations. A Philodendron Brazil or a Tradescantia Nanook would never exist without human intervention. So I do think it is right that the significant time and money invested by the inventing company is protected and that they can continue to earn profits from their invention, much in the same way that Apple is able to protect their hardware from copycats. In my opinion, it would not be fair for me to be able to come along and piggy bank off the invention of another individual and make money from it. It is enough, basically, that I'm able to enjoy these beautiful plants in my home. If you have a plant that is not looking beautiful and starting to turn yellow, and are not sure why or how to diagnose it, then check out the video here and I'll show you how to go about troubleshooting your plant and what you need to do to correct the problem, starting with my own plant. I'll see you there and thank you very much for watching.